Have you ever wondered how masturbation affects the lives of elderly individuals? It's a topic often overlooked, but one that can have significant implications for physical, emotional, and psychological well-being in later years. In this video, we're going to explore why self-pleasure in older adulthood is more than just a physical act. It's a powerful tool for maintaining health, connection, and self-love. Whether you or a loved one are navigating the aging process, you'll want to stay with us until the end to understand the profound benefits and potential risks of masturbation for seniors. By watching this video, you'll learn how masturbation can improve circulation, reduce stress, enhance sleep quality, and even boost immunity. You'll also discover how it can contribute to emotional well-being by promoting self-esteem, alleviating loneliness, and helping older adults reclaim their sexual identity. But that's not all. This video will also clear up common myths and misconceptions about sexuality in later life, and show you how to approach this topic with confidence and openness. We'll dive into the unique challenges seniors face, including hormonal changes, physical limitations, and the importance of staying connected emotionally. Don't miss this chance to gain valuable insights and practical advice on maintaining intimacy, pleasure, and vitality as we age. By the end of this video, you'll have a deeper understanding of how to approach aging with a balanced and empowered mindset, ensuring that the journey ahead is filled with fulfillment, connection, and continued joy. Stay tuned. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. As we grow older, the significance of maintaining our well-being, both physically and emotionally, becomes more apparent and undeniable. The later years of life are marked by a multitude of changes. Our bodies naturally slow down, our energy levels fluctuate in ways we don't always expect, and, yes, our emotional and psychological needs evolve as well. These transformations can often leave us feeling vulnerable, unsure, and even disconnected from the vibrant, full lives we once led. However, one vital aspect of our well-being that is rarely discussed, yet is so essential for true happiness and self-fulfillment, is sexuality, particularly the practice of masturbation. Sadly, society often views this as something unnecessary, inappropriate, or even taboo for older adults. But when we take the time to truly understand it, we come to realize that masturbation in later life holds incredible meaning and offers benefits that reach far beyond just physical satisfaction. As we explore this topic, we'll take a closer look at how masturbation impacts the physical and emotional health of elderly individuals. We will challenge the myths that surround intimacy and pleasure in old age, offering a deeper understanding of how this intimate act can enrich the lives of older adults, in ways both positive and, at times, negative. This conversation is especially important for those in the second half of their lives, when the body undergoes profound changes, and emotional and psychological perspectives begin to shift. While many might believe that sexual desire and self-pleasure are things reserved for the young, the truth is that our sexual energy and desire for intimacy do not simply vanish with age. These desires remain vibrant, alive, and even essential throughout our entire lives. Masturbation, far from being a trivial or outdated practice, offers a crucial and empowering way for older adults to continue expressing their ongoing sexuality. This is not about simply seeking pleasure for pleasure's sake. It's about preserving a vital connection to ourselves, a relationship with our bodies that nourishes both the mind and the spirit. Masturbation is, at its core, a deeply natural and healthy expression of human sexuality, no matter how old we are. For older adults, it does more than just provide a physical release. It plays a central role in maintaining overall health and well-being. Numerous studies have shown that sexual activity, including self-pleasure, promotes healthy circulation, reduces stress, improves sleep quality, and even boosts the immune system. These benefits are especially crucial as we age, when managing stress and maintaining our physical health becomes more essential than ever. Engaging in regular sexual activity, whether with a partner or through masturbation, can help older adults feel a sense of sexual function and arousal, which in turn supports feelings of vitality, joy, and self-empowerment. This sense of agency and connection to one's body is priceless as we age. But the benefits of masturbation go far beyond the physical. The emotional well-being of older adults can also be profoundly enhanced through the practice of self-pleasure. Masturbation provides moments of relaxation, stress relief, and personal comfort, especially for those who are battling loneliness, isolation, or even depression. It becomes a safe, private way to reconnect with our bodies, to enjoy a deeply intimate experience that fosters self-esteem and nurtures a positive body image. The emotional comfort of self-pleasure can be incredibly important when, as we age, we sometimes feel invisible or disconnected from the world. Society often marginalizes the sexual desires of older adults, reinforcing the painful idea that our worth decreases with age. But masturbation becomes an act of self-affirmation, a beautiful way to reclaim our sexuality, preserve a sense of autonomy, and maintain a deep, loving relationship with ourselves. Of course, as we age, we face certain physical challenges. Hormonal shifts, reduced libido, erectile dysfunction, and vaginal dryness that can complicate sexual experiences. These changes can lead some older adults to feel disconnected from their sexual identity, or worse, ashamed of their desires. But here's the truth. These challenges are completely manageable with some adjustments. Lifestyle changes, medical interventions, and changes in technique can all help maintain fulfilling sexual experiences. Using lubricants or seeking medical advice to address physical discomfort can make a world of difference. The key is recognizing that while aging can present obstacles, it does not, by any means, eliminate the possibility for sexual pleasure or intimacy, including masturbation. In my personal opinion, we need to break down the shame and silence surrounding this topic. There is no reason to feel guilty or ashamed about embracing our sexuality, no matter how old we are. It's a natural part of who we are, a vital aspect of our emotional and physical health. As we age, it is so important to honor our bodies, to continue nurturing our sense of self-love, and to embrace intimacy in whatever form feels right for us. Masturbation, especially in older age, is not just about physical release. It is an act of self-care, a way to stay connected to our vitality and our worth. It is a celebration of life, a way to maintain the joy, pleasure, and fulfillment we all deserve, no matter our age. Despite the clear and undeniable benefits that masturbation brings to older adults, it is incredibly disheartening to recognize that there are still pervasive myths and harmful stigmas surrounding the topic of sex in older adulthood. For generations, society has perpetuated the harmful and outdated belief that sexual desire and intimacy naturally diminish with age. These unfounded ideas have led to feelings of embarrassment, shame, and a sense of inadequacy among older individuals who continue to seek and embrace their sexuality. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. When older adults engage in intimate practices, they often do so in secrecy or with guilt, even though sexuality and pleasure are an essential part of the human experience, at any age. Masturbation in older adulthood is not simply about seeking physical pleasure. It is about so much more. It is a deeply personal act of self-discovery, a reclamation of the body and its desires, and an empowerment of one's agency. It is a beautiful expression of self-love, an affirmation that no matter how many years pass, our capacity for joy, intimacy, and connection with ourselves never fades. It reminds us that we are, and always will be, deserving of pleasure, connection, and the freedom to experience life's joys fully. However, it is essential to remember that this act of self-pleasure is not just about the physical aspect. It speaks to something much deeper, something that connects to our emotional and mental well-being. Our emotional health is deeply entwined with the relationships we cultivate throughout our lives. True fulfillment comes not only from knowing ourselves, but also from being known and loved by others. As we grow older, we come to understand just how vital these bonds are, whether through friends, family, or romantic partners. These relationships remind us that the human heart thrives most when it is open and connected with others. Though self-pleasure is a beautiful and life-affirming act, allowing us to maintain our sexual health and explore our bodies, it is through shared experiences, those filled with love, affection, and companionship, that we find the deepest and most lasting joy. It is through the bonds we build with others that we are truly nourished. Masturbation, then, is not a substitute for these meaningful relationships. Rather, it can serve as a tool for self-care, healing, and maintaining a positive and loving relationship with our bodies as we age. It is an accessible, safe way for older individuals to continue experiencing intimacy, joy, and a sense of ownership over their bodies, all while on their terms, free from shame or judgment. That being said, like any aspect of self-care, balance is crucial. We cannot focus on any single practice in isolation. True well-being involves a comprehensive approach to health, one that nurtures both the body and the soul. A holistic approach to health includes maintaining social connections, attending to emotional needs, and staying physically active. Masturbation, when practiced mindfully and in moderation, can bring a host of positive benefits, from improving mood and quality of sleep to reducing stress and maintaining sexual health. When integrated into a broader approach to self-care, it can enhance an older adult's life, supporting their overall health and well-being. However, as with anything, excess can lead to unintended consequences. If masturbation becomes compulsive or excessive, it can lead to physical, emotional, and social challenges that detract from the overall quality of life. Excessive masturbation can lead to feelings of fatigue, lethargy, or even isolation, particularly when it becomes a way of avoiding deeper emotional connections or meaningful relationships with others. Overindulgence can result in physical exhaustion, making it harder for individuals to stay engaged in the world around them. As we age, our bodies naturally have fewer reserves of energy, and the demands of intense physical or emotional investment can leave us feeling drained. This is especially concerning because remaining physically active is crucial for preserving mobility, balance, and cardiovascular health as we age. When we neglect other essential aspects of life, whether it's spending time with loved ones, pursuing passions, or staying active, our overall well-being may suffer in ways that go far beyond the physical. The harmful notion that older adults no longer desire or deserve sexual satisfaction is both outdated and deeply damaging. These stereotypes not only limit the conversations surrounding sexual health for seniors, but they also discourage older individuals from pursuing activities and relationships that could enrich their quality of life. The reality is that, just like people of any age, older adults deserve to experience the full spectrum of pleasure, intimacy, and connection, both with others and with themselves. The stigma surrounding masturbation in later years may stem from a lack of open, honest discussion about sexuality, especially when it comes to older adults. Many cultures, unfortunately, shy away from conversations about sex and desire as they pertain to aging individuals, leading to feelings of isolation, shame, or embarrassment for those who continue to desire intimacy and sexual expression. This silence, often stemming from societal taboos, can prevent older adults from seeking the information, support, or care they need to maintain their sexual health and well-being. This silence is not just uncomfortable, it is downright harmful. It perpetuates a culture of invisibility for older adults and reinforces the stigma that people over a certain age are no longer allowed to be sexual beings. But let's be clear, this is not only a disservice to older adults, it is a disservice to everyone. It stifles the valuable conversations we need to have about the natural and beautiful process of aging, and about how sexual health and intimacy remain integral to a fulfilling life at any stage. When we remove the shame and silence around these topics, we open the door to a world where older adults can feel empowered, informed, and supported in their journey to maintain sexual health and intimacy. The importance of breaking this silence cannot be overstated. Everyone, regardless of age, deserves to be free to explore, experience, and celebrate their sexuality. It is time to acknowledge that pleasure, intimacy, and self-love are not privileges that vanish with age. They are timeless, essential elements of what it means to live fully. Until we break the silence and erase the stigma, we are failing to fully honor the lives and experiences of older adults. Masturbation in older adults holds numerous positive aspects that should be celebrated, But like anything else, it must be approached with care, balance, and self-awareness. It's so important to remember that, just like any activity, when taken to an extreme, it can bring about negative consequences. If it becomes excessive or compulsive, especially when it begins to interfere with daily responsibilities, personal relationships, or emotional well-being, it may indicate deeper issues that need to be addressed. These may range from emotional distress to feelings of loneliness, or even the development of unhealthy habits like addiction. In such situations, it's crucial to seek support from a healthcare professional or therapist who can help uncover and address the root causes of these behaviors. They can offer strategies and solutions for healthier expressions of sexuality. Life, after all, is all about balance, and this extends to all aspects of our existence. It's time we challenge the outdated and harmful stereotypes surrounding sexuality and masturbation in older age. Sexuality is a vital, beautiful part of who we are as human beings, and self-pleasure is a natural and healthy way to nurture this connection to ourselves, regardless of how many birthdays we've celebrated. For older adults, masturbation can offer both physical and emotional benefits that contribute to an overall sense of well-being. It's not just about seeking pleasure, it's a form of self-affirmation and a way to maintain health, both physical and emotional. The act itself is deeply personal, yet it is also a form of self-care and self-love. In later years, masturbation can become a sacred act of intimacy, helping individuals affirm their worth and their vitality. It provides an opportunity to nurture the relationship we have with our bodies, allowing us to connect with ourselves on a deeper level. It can be a comforting and healing ritual, a private moment where stress melts away, and pleasure becomes a means to self-soothe. For many older adults, masturbation is not just about physical satisfaction. It's about holding space for themselves to relax, reconnect with their desires, and feel a sense of control and autonomy, especially in a world where so many things may feel out of our hands. When we are young, masturbation often comes with curiosity, excitement, and the influence of societal pressures. It's a time of exploration, learning about our bodies, our sexuality, and the norms of desire. But as we age, the significance of masturbation shifts. It is no longer an act driven by the need for external validation or conformity to societal standards of performance, beauty, or stamina. Instead, it becomes something more profound, an intimate, private act of self-acceptance and self-discovery. It turns into a moment where we can let go of all the expectations, where we can simply be with ourselves, free from judgment or the need to impress anyone else. In these quiet moments, masturbation becomes a personal celebration of who we are, just as we are, with all the beauty and wisdom that comes with age. As we age, our bodies inevitably undergo changes that can affect our sexual desires and experiences. Hormonal shifts, such as the decrease in testosterone and estrogen levels, may lead to a decline in sexual drive or a shift in the way we experience desire. It can be easy to feel as though our sexual lives are over, but this belief is both limiting and untrue. The truth is, while the intensity or frequency of desire may change, our ability to experience pleasure remains just as vibrant and alive. Masturbation can become even more meaningful in later years as it provides an opportunity to adapt to and embrace the changes in our bodies. It allows us to explore and discover new ways of experiencing joy and connection, with less pressure to conform to external standards. One of the most liberating aspects of masturbation for older adults is the freedom it offers from the societal pressures that often accompany partnered sex. In youth and middle age, sexual experiences can be weighed down by expectations. Expectations to perform, to look a certain way, to satisfy a partner, or to meet a certain level of physical prowess. But as time passes, many of these pressures fade away. The focus shifts from meeting external standards to finding a deeper, more intimate connection with oneself. Masturbation, in this context, becomes a private sanctuary, a space where one can explore their desires, feel comforted by their touch, and rediscover the beauty of self-pleasure without the burden of judgment or comparison. For many older adults, this act becomes not only an expression of physical satisfaction, but also an emotional and psychological renewal. It is a way to stay attuned to our bodies, nurture our sexual agency, and retain a sense of vitality that transcends age. In a world that often marginalizes the sexual experiences of older adults, it's time we shift the narrative. We must remember that the need for connection, pleasure, and intimacy doesn't vanish with age, it evolves. And masturbation, for many, provides a way to stay in touch with that evolution, allowing for a richer, more fulfilling experience of self-love and personal growth. It's a beautiful reminder that our sexuality, at any age, is a powerful tool for self-expression, comfort, and healing. The freedom to explore one's pleasure without the constraints of societal expectations or external judgments is a powerful gift that fosters a profound sense of liberation. It is not just about physical satisfaction. It's an essential element of emotional well-being, too. When we are free to enjoy our bodies as they are, without guilt or shame, it strengthens our connection to ourselves, enabling us to embrace and accept the changes that come with time. In our youth, this exploration often stems from curiosity and a desire to understand our bodies, but as we age, it transforms into something far more profound. It becomes a means of comfort, empowerment, and deep emotional connection. For older adults, engaging in self-pleasure can be an incredibly empowering act, one that reinforces the idea that they still hold agency over their bodies, regardless of age. As we grow older, life often brings a host of challenges that strip away a sense of independence. Health problems, reduced mobility, or the need for external assistance. In these moments, the ability to engage in self-pleasure becomes an act of self-affirmation. It is a reminder that, despite these changes, we still have control over certain parts of our lives, particularly our bodies and the intimate experiences we can create for ourselves. It's a way of reclaiming that autonomy and feeling that, even as the world around us shifts, there are still moments of joy, intimacy, and pleasure that belong solely to us. This sense of control can be particularly comforting for those who feel their independence is slipping away in other aspects of life. It's about more than just physical pleasure. It's about regaining a sense of self-reliance and dignity that can often be lost in the process of aging. When older adults embrace their ability to experience pleasure, they tap into a wellspring of empowerment that helps them feel confident, validated, and worthy. There's something deeply nurturing about that, and it can significantly enhance one's emotional well-being and self-esteem. Sadly, society often perpetuates a harmful narrative about aging and sexuality, one that suggests sexual desire is the exclusive domain of the young. This view not only marginalizes older adults but also diminishes their right to experience the full spectrum of intimacy and pleasure throughout their lives. When we assign value to youth as the only time for enjoying sex or intimate connection, we shame those who are no longer in the prime of life. This mindset contributes to feelings of inadequacy, guilt, and even loneliness for many older individuals, making them feel as though their desires are no longer valid simply because they've reached a certain age. But this is wrong. This narrative needs to change. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. We must actively challenge this limiting and outdated view of aging by redefining what sexual health looks like at every stage of life. It is time to embrace the reality that pleasure does not have an expiration date. The importance of sexual well-being is just as relevant for older adults as it is for anyone else. Masturbation and self-pleasure should not be viewed as taboo for those who are aging. Instead, they should be celebrated as vital parts of self-care and personal fulfillment. By normalizing these experiences, we can help reduce the stigma surrounding sexual health in later life, allowing individuals to feel empowered to engage in their bodies and their pleasure without fear of judgment or shame. This shift in societal attitudes would foster a culture where people of all ages feel entitled to explore and nurture their sexual health, no matter where they are in life. It would create space for older individuals to embrace their bodies, pursue their desires, and enjoy fulfilling intimate experiences. The idea of sexual well-being transcending age helps build an inclusive society, one where pleasure and intimacy are seen as lifelong pursuits. It would also offer a powerful message of self-love, encouraging people to cherish and care for their bodies, even as they evolve. Beyond the emotional benefits, Regular self-pleasure is a practice that supports physical health. It helps maintain healthy circulation, promotes tissue function, and plays a role in preserving sexual health into later years. These benefits cannot be overstated. Emotionally, self-pleasure is a powerful tool for relieving stress, boosting mood, and providing a sense of comfort and relaxation, especially in the face of aging-related challenges. It's a reminder that no matter how life changes, we can still find joy, peace, and pleasure within ourselves. There is something undeniably beautiful and profoundly human about self-pleasure in older age. It speaks to the resilience of the human spirit, the enduring desire to seek connection, and the ongoing capacity for self-compassion. This act is not just about physical pleasure, it's about honoring ourselves and our bodies, no matter how they change. It's about celebrating the fact that, even in our later years, we can still find fulfillment in ways that nourish both the body and the soul. Pleasure, after all, is not a gift reserved only for the young. It is a timeless expression of life itself, one that evolves and deepens as we grow, offering us the chance to continue experiencing intimacy, joy, and connection long into our later years. In this way, it serves as a powerful testament to the fact that our capacity to experience love and pleasure doesn't fade. It only changes and grows with us, always there, ready to be rediscovered whenever we choose. Masturbation is not just a physical act. It is a lifelong journey, a pursuit that holds immense potential for comfort, healing, and a deep sense of happiness. As we evolve and rethink what it truly means to age, we must shift the lens through which we view the changes that come with getting older. It is time we reconsider how we approach and discuss sexuality in our later years, as the narrative surrounding this topic is often clouded by shame, embarrassment, or misunderstanding. Masturbation, far from being a frivolous or shameful indulgence, is an integral part of both physical and emotional health, serving as a tool that nurtures the body and the soul. It allows us to remain in tune with our bodies, celebrating the pure and undeniable capacity we still possess for pleasure and joy. It offers us solace and peace, especially during moments of deep, intimate connection with ourselves. This practice, when viewed in its truest form, is not just a physical act but an incredibly valuable and loving form of self-care, a way to honor and appreciate our bodies for everything they continue to offer, regardless of the number of years we've lived. When we reframe masturbation as a powerful means of self-love, we come to realize that it has nothing to do with weakness or guilt, but everything to do with accepting and embracing our bodies, wherever we are in life. It is, in essence, a beautiful practice that should be celebrated, not hidden in the shadows of shame. No matter whether we are in our 30s, 50s, or beyond, the choice to engage in self-pleasure is deeply personal, and it deserves to be respected and honored, without judgment. By fostering open and compassionate conversations around this topic, we can create a world where older individuals feel empowered to make their own decisions regarding pleasure. We can create a space where they are free to reclaim their right to joy, to love their bodies with the same tenderness and care they so often extend to others. Pleasure does not, and should not, have an expiration date. It is not something that fades or diminishes as we grow older. Rather, it evolves, just as we do. As we age, our needs and desires may shift and change, but the human capacity for connection, joy, and self-expression is an eternal flame that continues to burn brightly, no matter our age. The journey of self-pleasure can be a beautiful reminder that our bodies are capable of providing us with an endless well of joy, comfort, and peace, no matter how many years we have lived. As we age, it becomes even more important to honor ourselves, to cherish the pleasures we can still experience, and to trust that our bodies, though different from what they once were, are still deserving of all the love and care they have always offered. The impact of masturbation on elderly individuals is truly profound and often underappreciated. When we dive deeper into the physical and psychological benefits it provides, it becomes clear that the act of self-pleasure can significantly enhance the quality of life for older adults. One of the most immediate physical benefits is the relief from tension and discomfort, which can play a pivotal role in improving sleep quality, an essential component of overall health and well-being, particularly as we grow older. Sleep, that sacred and necessary state of rest, is what allows our bodies to heal, restore energy, and regulate emotions. In our later years, restorative sleep becomes even more vital for sustaining vitality, mental clarity, and emotional balance. The soothing release that accompanies self-pleasure can often make the difference between lying awake for hours, restless and unsettled, and drifting into deep, restorative sleep that nurtures the body and mind. Masturbation, in this context, becomes more than just an act of physical pleasure. It becomes a critical aspect of maintaining our health and well-being. On a deeper level, masturbation can help older adults maintain a sense of agency and connection to their bodies, fostering a deeper sense of comfort in their skin. In a world where aging often comes with physical discomfort, isolation, or a sense of diminished vitality, the experience of pleasure offers a profound reminder that we are still capable, still worthy of joy, and still deserving of connection. It is through this connection to our bodies that we find the power to affirm our sense of personal worth. Masturbation helps us view our bodies not merely as aging vessels, but as beautiful, capable beings deserving of love, care, and pleasure beyond their outward appearance. Moreover, the psychological benefits of masturbation for older adults are equally profound, though they are often overlooked. It is within these intimate moments of self-pleasure that individuals can cultivate a deeper awareness of themselves, physically, emotionally, and psychologically. This journey towards self-knowledge transcends age, but it becomes particularly significant as people grow older. As we age, we develop a unique understanding of who we are, what brings us joy, and what our bodies need to feel fulfilled. Through masturbation, we gain access to this intimate knowledge, which empowers us to better navigate our desires, enhance our relationships, and truly appreciate our bodies in ways we never thought possible. This act, simple yet profound, holds the power to reaffirm our sense of identity and enhance our overall well-being. In my personal opinion, we must remove the stigma surrounding self-pleasure, especially as we age. It is an act that, when practiced with mindfulness and love, can become a celebration of who we are at every stage of life. It is a reminder that, no matter how much time passes, we are worthy of happiness, connection, and pleasure. So let us embrace this powerful healing practice, not as a fleeting indulgence, but as a profound act of self-love that we deserve, always. As our bodies age, the familiar sense of control we once took for granted often seems to slip further away. The challenges that come with illness, physical decline, or the harsh societal perceptions that link aging with inevitable deterioration can leave us feeling disconnected, misunderstood, and disempowered. It's incredibly frustrating, as the body, which once felt strong and capable, no longer moves the way it used to, and the joy of simply existing can seem out of reach. But in this often painful reality, masturbation offers a deeply personal and intimate opportunity to reclaim a sense of control, reminding us that, despite the changes, our bodies still have the power to experience pleasure. This private act becomes a bridge to reconnect with ourselves, a way of telling ourselves, I am still here. I am still whole. It's a reaffirmation that, even as we face the physical limitations that come with age, our ability to experience joy is unbroken. For many older adults, the connection with their bodies grows increasingly strained. With health challenges and reduced physical capabilities at the forefront, it's easy to fall into frustration, even self-criticism. The body, once an object of pride and vitality, can sometimes feel like a foreign thing, a source of pain or limitation, not joy. These feelings can deeply affect one's self-esteem, and the emotional distance from one's own body can feel overwhelming. But masturbation, so often overlooked in the context of aging, can provide a gentle way to shift this narrative. It allows individuals to rediscover their bodies in a new, tender light, not as something broken, but as something that still holds the power to experience sensuality, joy, and deep satisfaction. In these moments, the body transforms from a symbol of weakness to a source of empowerment. Through the simple act of self-pleasure, the body is celebrated for what it can still do, reinforcing the inherent worth and vitality that exist within us, even as we age. This shift, though subtle, is deeply transformative. It shifts how we see ourselves, not just as older adults with failing bodies, but as people who continue to have needs, desires, and a right to pleasure. Aging need not signify the end of pleasure or joy, and masturbation can serve as a poignant reminder of this truth. Even in the face of physical change, the body can still bring comfort and affirmation, countering the societal narrative that too often dismisses older people. Yet, like any form of pleasure, moderation is key. While masturbation has its clear psychological and emotional benefits, it must be approached with care, especially as we age. The dangers of excess, though often understated, are very real. When the body is overstimulated, it can become desensitized, reducing the joy that once came with the act. What was once a source of comfort may become a source of frustration, and in some cases, the search for more intense stimulation can lead to anxiety and dissatisfaction. What should be a reaffirming, empowering act can, when overdone, spiral into a cycle of diminished returns, stripping away the very control it was meant to restore. Even more insidiously, masturbation can sometimes take on an emotional significance that shifts from healthy release to a form of escape. In later life, as loneliness, depression, or anxiety become more pronounced, many older individuals may turn to masturbation as a way to ease the emotional discomfort they feel. It's an understandable coping mechanism, something that offers temporary relief in moments of isolation. But this emotional reliance can be dangerous. When masturbation becomes the primary or sole source of comfort, it can deepen feelings of isolation and loneliness, as the individual withdraws further from the connections they desperately need. Emotional fulfillment doesn't come from one act alone. Human connection, affection, and companionship are irreplaceable. Yet when masturbation is used as a substitute for these deeper emotional needs, it can set up a destructive cycle of withdrawal. As social circles shrink and family bonds weaken, it's easy for older adults to retreat inward, and when masturbation fills that emotional void, it only makes it harder to reach out for the love and support they truly deserve. This retreat into solitude, though seemingly comforting at first, can ultimately amplify the emotional pain, making the world outside feel even more distant and unreachable. Ultimately, while masturbation can certainly be a source of empowerment, it must never be allowed to replace the broader human connections that are vital to well-being. There's no shame in seeking pleasure and connection with oneself, but it's important to remember that true healing, both physical and emotional, comes from engaging with the world around us, not retreating into a shell of solitude. Balance, compassion, and self-awareness are key to ensuring that our relationship with our bodies and with others remains healthy, vibrant, and full of life. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Turning inward for pleasure and relief can be an act of empowerment, a way to reclaim a sense of autonomy and control in a world where we often feel disempowered. It's deeply personal, and for many, it brings a sense of comfort, joy, and relief that is hard to replicate elsewhere. But, despite the immediate sense of satisfaction and the intimacy we feel with ourselves during such moments, there's a deeper, more complex truth that we must face as human beings. That truth is this: the act of seeking pleasure and solace within ourselves, while initially empowering and fulfilling, can, over time, lead us away from the richer emotional and physical connections that only meaningful relationships with others can offer. As satisfying as self-pleasure can be, it must never replace the far deeper, more fulfilling bonds we form with other people. The truth of the matter is that the need for connection, whether physical, emotional, or social, remains just as strong in older adults as it does in the younger generation. It is not a need that fades with age, nor does it lessen in importance. As we grow older, this need becomes more pronounced. We come to realize that humans are, by nature, social beings. We thrive on companionship, love, affection, and the feeling of being understood and cared for. These are needs that cannot be fulfilled through solitary acts alone, no matter how gratifying they may be in the moment. As we age, it is through these connections that we truly find the most profound forms of joy, satisfaction, and comfort. Masturbation, while it can play a significant role in maintaining a connection with one's own body, should never be seen as a substitute for the equally vital connections we share with others. The ability to turn inward and explore one's desires, to take ownership of one's own body, is a powerful and beautiful thing. It promotes self-love and self-awareness, and it allows us to understand ourselves better, both emotionally and physically. I have always believed that self-love is essential for overall well-being, and masturbation can be one of the many ways we engage in self-care and learn about ourselves. It's an intimate experience that offers an opportunity for pleasure and relaxation, and when practiced mindfully, it can certainly benefit mental and physical health. However, what often goes unnoticed is the necessity of balance in this area. Masturbation, when done in moderation, is perfectly healthy and can certainly enhance one's sense of self-esteem and well-being. But it should never overshadow or replace the critical connections we build with others. The need for connection with others is woven into the very fabric of our humanity. We all crave emotional intimacy, companionship, and love. These things can never be replaced by solitary pleasures. It's through relationships that we learn, grow, and experience the fullness of life. Human connection is often the key to personal happiness and fulfillment, something that I believe is just as crucial in our later years as it is in our youth. In my own life, I have found that relationships, whether romantic, familial, or platonic, bring an emotional richness and depth that self-pleasure simply cannot replicate. The bond of love and support that we share with others nourishes our souls, giving us a sense of belonging and purpose. And yet, it's far too easy to slip into a routine of solitary indulgence, where self-pleasure becomes the primary source of comfort. For many people, masturbation offers a sense of joy, empowerment, and even a boost to self-esteem. I understand why it can become a source of pride for so many, but there's something incredibly important to remember. We cannot allow this to dominate our lives to the point where it replaces the need for connection with others. When masturbation becomes a dominant focus, it can start to erode our motivation to engage in activities that are vital to our overall well-being. Activities like building relationships, seeking companionship, and fostering emotional bonds with others. It's all too easy to find oneself withdrawing from those around us, feeling increasingly satisfied with the momentary pleasures that come from being alone with oneself. But this isolation, while momentarily comforting, can ultimately contribute to a decline in emotional, social, and physical health. The risk is that we grow so accustomed to solitude that we forget just how vital it is to our health to maintain genuine connections with others. As we get older, the need for companionship and emotional closeness becomes even more crucial. The sense of loneliness that many older adults experience can often be alleviated by deep, fulfilling relationships, and when we neglect this aspect of our lives, we rob ourselves of an important source of joy and emotional well-being. The impact of excessive masturbation on romantic relationships can be particularly concerning. It's heartbreaking to witness relationships where the intimacy that once brought partners together begins to fade. When one partner becomes more focused on their self-pleasure than on shared experiences with their loved one, it creates a silent wedge between them. What once was a relationship based on mutual connection and shared love begins to feel increasingly distant. This emotional and physical gap grows over time, and soon it can become difficult to bridge. I have seen firsthand how this can lead to misunderstandings, resentment, and feelings of disconnection. In relationships where physical intimacy was once cherished, excessive masturbation can begin to replace, or even diminish, the desire for closeness with a partner. This creates a vicious cycle, where emotional distance leads to even more detachment, and the cycle continues. In some cases, masturbation can serve as a valuable means of self-care for those who live alone, allowing them to fulfill their sexual needs and maintain a sense of intimacy with themselves. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this. It's a natural and important part of our humanity. But for those in relationships, frequent self-pleasure can begin to interfere with the shared intimacy that is the foundation of a strong, healthy relationship. It can become a source of tension, causing one partner to feel neglected or emotionally distant. I've seen relationships where one partner's focus on self-pleasure left the other partner feeling emotionally unsupported, and that's a heartbreaking situation to be in. It's crucial to remember that the emotional connection and intimacy we share with others is irreplaceable. Ultimately, balance is the key to everything. Masturbation, when practiced in moderation, can be a healthy and empowering form of self-care. It has proven benefits for mood, stress reduction, and overall well-being, especially as we age. It can improve circulation, enhance pelvic health, and promote better sleep, all of which are crucial as we move into our later years. But it should not come at the expense of the relationships that bring us true joy and fulfillment. As we age, intimacy and physical touch with a partner become more important than ever. The emotional support, the feeling of being loved and cared for, is something that cannot be replaced by solitary pleasure. That's why it's so essential to find a balance, engaging in self-care while also prioritizing the connections that keep us emotionally healthy and happy. Through mindfulness, self-awareness, and moderation, we can enjoy the benefits of masturbation without allowing it to take precedence over the relationships that truly nourish us. The key to aging well and maintaining overall health lies in nurturing both our physical well-being and the deep, meaningful relationships we share with others. After all, we were never meant to walk through life alone. As we continue to engage with the world and with those we love, we find that the most profound pleasures come from the bonds we share, those moments of genuine connection and affection that make life worth living. Masturbation can serve as a deeply enriching and transformative experience, particularly when it comes to enhancing our awareness of our bodies, bolstering self-esteem, and nurturing our overall emotional well-being. It offers an intimate connection with ourselves, allowing us to explore our desires and pleasures in a safe, private setting. Through engaging in this act, we not only affirm our right to experience sexual pleasure, but we also embrace the fact that our sexuality is a natural, healthy, and important part of who we are, at every stage of life. For older individuals, especially, masturbation can serve as a reminder that sexual pleasure doesn't disappear with age, but rather evolves. The ability to experience sexual joy and connection with oneself can foster feelings of empowerment, self-love, and acceptance. It helps us affirm that we are still vibrant, still capable of enjoying life to the fullest, no matter how much time has passed. As we grow older, maintaining a sense of bodily autonomy and sexual pleasure can contribute to an incredible sense of empowerment. For many people, embracing our sexuality in our later years can feel like an act of defiance against the expectations society has placed on aging bodies. There is a stigma that suggests older people, particularly those beyond a certain age, should no longer be concerned with their sexuality, either because of physical changes or cultural taboos. Yet, when we challenge these notions and continue to honor our bodies and sexual needs, we reclaim an essential part of ourselves. It allows us to approach the aging process with confidence, without shame and fear. This is vital to living a full and emotionally rich life. Aging doesn't have to mean the loss of passion or intimacy. Rather, it can be a phase of life in which we gain a deeper understanding of our desires, needs, and pleasures. The physical and emotional satisfaction that comes from engaging with our bodies can provide a profound sense of peace and contentment. Maintaining physical activity is also crucial as we age. Exercise, whether it's walking, strength training, or cardiovascular routines, plays a significant role in preserving mobility, strength, and cardiovascular health. The positive impact of staying physically active cannot be overstated. Regular exercise helps us retain our balance, mental clarity, and energy levels. It keeps our bodies strong, our joints flexible, and our hearts healthy. These benefits are essential for preventing falls, maintaining independence, and improving overall quality of life. Studies have shown that those who remain physically active as they age have a significantly lower risk of developing chronic illnesses, and they tend to experience higher levels of happiness and mental well-being. However, like any enjoyable activity, masturbation can, in some instances, become excessive. When it crosses into a compulsive habit, it may begin to interfere with motivation for other important activities, particularly physical exercise. Instead of dedicating time and energy to staying active and healthy, excessive self-pleasure may lead to a reduction in physical activity, which over time could lead to a decline in mobility, muscle strength, and even cognitive health. This highlights the importance of moderation and balance in all aspects of our lives. While masturbation is an entirely healthy and natural practice, it should never take the place of other activities that sustain our overall well-being. For older individuals who are in relationships, the dynamics surrounding masturbation can be even more complex. Many seniors who live alone may rely on masturbation to meet their sexual needs, and that's completely understandable. It can be a satisfying and empowering way to explore intimacy and desire when a partner is not available. However, for those who are in committed relationships, excessive masturbation can pose a challenge. When self-pleasure becomes frequent, it can subtly disrupt the intimacy between partners. Instead of deepening the emotional connection and fostering mutual affection, masturbation can unintentionally create emotional distance. The partner may begin to feel neglected, as their physical affection may be overshadowed by the act of self-pleasure. When intimacy is diminished, so too is the emotional bond that holds the relationship together. In later years, when physical touch becomes even more important as a source of emotional health, this kind of emotional withdrawal can lead to frustration, alienation, and a lack of fulfillment. It's a complex issue, one that requires awareness, understanding, and open communication to navigate. The delicate balance between maintaining a personal sexual connection and nurturing shared intimacy with a partner can sometimes be difficult, but it's vital to prioritize both in a healthy relationship. Intimacy, physical touch, and affection are often at the heart of long-term partnerships, particularly for older adults. Couples often rely on these forms of connection to sustain their bond, to feel loved, and to provide mutual emotional support. Physical closeness, whether in the form of a comforting hug, a kiss, or simple physical touch, nourishes the emotional soul. These shared moments create lasting memories and contribute to the longevity of the relationship. When masturbation starts to replace these vital forms of intimacy, it may lead to feelings of dissatisfaction, alienation, and emotional disconnection. The impact is not merely physical, it's psychological and emotional. Over time, if left unaddressed, this imbalance can cause resentment and a breakdown in the partnership. And when we add in the complexity of societal messages around sexuality, the emotional weight can grow even heavier. Many people who grew up in more conservative or religious environments may have internalized harmful beliefs about sexuality, associating pleasure with guilt, shame, or immorality. These deep-seated feelings can make it even harder to address the emotional toll of excessive masturbation, as individuals may feel torn between their natural desires and the guilt they've been taught to associate with those desires. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. For many older adults, masturbation can be accompanied by feelings of guilt or shame. This is especially true for those who have been raised in environments where sexuality was either repressed or stigmatized. Cultural and religious messages that frame sexual pleasure as sinful or immoral can leave lasting scars, making it difficult to approach masturbation without feeling that it's wrong or dirty. These emotions can create significant emotional turmoil, leading to feelings of anxiety, depression, and a diminished sense of self-worth. But it's so important to challenge these internalized beliefs. Sexuality is a natural, essential part of life, whether we're 25 or 75. Seeking pleasure is not something to be ashamed of. It's part of who we are as human beings. And it's a crucial part of self-care, emotional well-being, and personal connection. If feelings of guilt or shame are present, seeking help through therapy or counseling can be invaluable. A therapist can offer insight into how to navigate these complex emotions, helping individuals reconcile their feelings of shame with the reality of their natural desires. Therapy offers a safe, non-judgmental space to explore these feelings, and it can provide guidance on how to develop a healthier, more positive relationship with self-pleasure and intimacy. Discussing these emotions openly, whether with a therapist or a trusted loved one, can bring profound emotional clarity. It can help people let go of the shame that has kept them from fully embracing their sexuality and reclaim their self-worth. By addressing these underlying emotional issues, we allow ourselves the freedom to experience pleasure without guilt, to love ourselves without reservation, and to deepen our connections with others. Support groups can also offer a sense of belonging and solidarity, providing older adults with a community of individuals who understand their struggles. These spaces can help manage loneliness, isolation, and feelings of alienation in a way that is both healthy and constructive. Through counseling or support, older adults can find new ways to engage with life, foster fulfilling relationships, and embrace their sexuality and emotional well-being with confidence and acceptance. It's time for all of us to shed the outdated, harmful narratives that limit our experience of joy and connection and to step into the fullness of who we are, shamelessly, unapologetically, and with a heart open to love. As we reflect on everything we've discussed today, I want to ask you, what have you learned so far? How has this content impacted your understanding of sexuality, self-awareness, and emotional connection, especially as we grow older? I encourage you to think about one key lesson you've taken away from this video and share it with us in the comments below. What will you bring into your life and practice moving forward? If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue to create meaningful content that can make a real difference in your life. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to hearing your thoughts.